Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Ari Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
Im kein eifo eich yuchol adam lahalim eina mimaisa v'lemayet ishtadluto bazeh im achar kach vada yetzer lo bizman shelo yuchol atakein et yeshiviso. If a person really cares about their Olam Haba, so then you have to deal with it now, because later on you're not going to have the time. It's going to be over. It's going to be too late. Let me put the time in now when I can, because if I don't, then we're going to turn around, and a person can always do Teshuva. A person can always do Teshuva. But what you can't do is you can't do mitzvos that you just didn't do. Mitzvos losa say a person can do Teshuva. At the very end of his life, is that something that Teshuva is worthwhile? Of course it is. But if a person just wasn't Mekayim mitzvahs, just didn't learn Torah, all of a sudden he's going to learn Torah in the last, 20 minutes of his life. It could be he can learn for those 20 minutes, but he's not going to be able to fix all those years. There are those foolish people who only want to make things lighter for themselves. Make it easier. They say, why should we work so hard? The why I should be such a machmir. I should separate myself from all the gashmias of this world. At least I'm not a rasha. I don't have to be a big tzaddik. I'm not a rasha. Yeah? There are a lot of people out there like that. I don't need to be the frummy. I don't need to be the guy with the black hat. I don't need to be the guy, I don't need to be those guys. I don't need to. I'm a good Jew. I'm middle of the road. I'm average. I'm okay. That's something that people say that. I'm not going to push myself to go all the way into Gan Eden. If I don't have a big chelik in Gan Eden, I don't have a small chelik in Gan Eden, right? Yeah. There's a famous story, mashal, about this, about the guy, he dies, and he goes up, he was okay. He was an okay guy. He was an average guy. He was this guy that we're talking about. He didn't push himself so much. He was okay. Average. Maybe he did this a little bit b'diavad, and that was a little bit b'diavad, but okay, b'diavad, it's okay. B'diavad, it's okay. B'diavad, it's okay. And he dies, and they go, and he gets Gan Eden. So they have a malach. The malach is taking him to Gan Eden, and it's like walking through, the Bnei Beischa neighborhoods. Like walking through Beverly Hills, right? They pass by one house after another is huge. Like all the pleasures you can imagine are each one of these houses. And the guy's like wondering, whoa, where's mine going to be? We're going through this one after another Gan Eden. The Malach is leading him. Where's my Gan Eden going to be? Right? And all the way at the end of the block, there's a little shack. It's about the size of a closet. Right? And he says, here, this one is for you. After he saw all these big houses, all these tremendous sky, and he said, this little, maybe it's even dollar by dollar. I'm not sure. It's chayv musuzi even. This little, what looks like a little shack that's your Gan Eden. So this, everybody else here gets all that, and I get this. Yeah, it's a little bit b'diavad, but it's okay. For you, it's okay. It's a little bit b'diavad. It's foolish. It's foolish for a person to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to push myself, so I won't get such a big Gan Eden. Yeah, when you're there in Gan Eden, you're not going to be so happy about that. I'm mistapik b'muat. You're mistapik b'muat, and you're Olam Haba. But when it comes to Olam Hazeh, you're mistapik b'muat. No. You need to make sure that at your kiddush you don't have one type of herring. You need to have 6 types of herring, right? And of course, 3 different types of cholent. Obviously, you don't eat them together, right? When it comes to your gashmias in Olam Hazeh, is that the way you're acting also? Are you looking for every luxury that there is in Olam Hazeh? At least do the same thing for Olam Haba. You want every luxury in Olam Hazeh? Good. What about Olam Haba? No, I don't care about Olam Haba. Why not? Does it make any? Do you really believe Maybe you could say people don't really believe in Olam Haba, chas v'shalom. But if you believe in Olam Haba, okay, but you know what? I go, once a week to a shir, and sometimes I daven with a minyan, but I keep Shabbos. Show up from work, 5 minutes after candle lighting, and fall asleep in the fish at my, okay, but you know what? It's okay. The person has to think, what are your she'ifas in life? Really, what are your goals in life? You really want the best? I want the best in Gashmias. I want the nicest car. I want the nicest house. So shouldn't a person do the same thing with Olam Haba? If you really believe in Olam Haba, why don't you want the same thing in Olam Haba? At least that. At least be the same person that you are in Olam Hazeh. Be in Olam Haba. I want the same amount in Olam Haba as I want in Olam Hazeh. Just like in Olam Hazeh, you want a nice car, you got to make money. You got to work hard. You got to make money. So in Olam Haba also, you want to have a nice house, a nice car in Olam Haba, you got to work hard. The currency is a little bit different. It's not Bitcoin. It's not dollar bills. The currency comes, something's a little bit harder, something's a little bit easier. Yeah, put on tzitzis. Is it really such a big deal? Put on a pair of tzitzis. Like we say, you set it and forget it. I'm wearing tzitzis all day long. Did I really even think about putting on tzitzis? And then the second that I put it on, maybe I had kavanah to be mitzvah tzitzis. After that, if I thought about my tzitzis, every once in a while, we're supposed to be re'isemoy, so you're supposed to see them and remember. But okay, most of the time we're not. Are you not being mekayim a mitzvah? Of course you are. So some mitzvahs are easier and some mitzvahs are harder. But if a person, just be honest with yourself, you want the best. If you want the best, then want the best in Olam Haba too. I want the best in Olam Haba. I want the best in everything. Olam Hazeh and Olam Haba. Okay, so that means I got to put in effort. Just as much as putting in effort in this world, you're putting in effort in the next world too. Okay, we'll stop over here.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.